Hello everyone, Ollie here from 𝕤𝕚𝕚 and I'm here with Rusty.
Au revoir.
Au revoir is bye-bye.
Oh yeah, bye.
Hello everyone, Ollie here from 𝕤𝕚𝕚 and I'm here with one other than Rusty.
Hola. No, that's hello.
And today we're back for another out of the cinema review. And today is, for me, it's very exciting, but for not the reasons you may think. So, on our Instagram story, if you haven't seen, I posted that we're going to be going to watch the mystery thriller horror film Longlegs. And yeah, so originally I was going to watch this by myself because I knew that Rusty at the time wasn't going to go watch it. I wanted to go watch it about a couple of weeks ago, but I wasn't able to. Nerdtube, well, I asked him if he wanted to come this time around, but didn't reply. So, the reason why I said I'm really excited is because, so, it needs to be said, before we go any further, that I'm a big horror fan, and here's a good,
Scream is on there.
Scream is not on there because it's not John Carpenter.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. So yeah, Rusty saw it when he just came. He was like, oh, but he didn't realise it was all John Carpenter films.
No, I didn't know.
So yeah. So like I just shown you, this is my proof that I'm a horror fan. I'm a particular fan of John Carpenter. So yeah, I'm a fan of horror, whilst Rusty hates horror.
I despise it.
Although now saying this, I thought I'd get Rusty prepped for this, because I was like, you know what? There's a horror franchise, particularly a slasher franchise that Rusty we had talked about a while ago, and he said, oh, actually, you know what? I might watch them because they're not like full-on horror, and he still doesn't categorize them horror, but they technically are because they're a slasher franchise, and that is Scream. I gave him the box set. He's just giving it back to me. And he's going to share his quick thoughts on all the films, just quickly. And then we're going to obviously discuss the film we're going to watch today, Longlegs. So, do you mind if I give it on to you, share your bits?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to let Rusty talk about Scream, his thoughts and stuff, and, you know, as a non-horror fan. And, yeah, so, pass it on to Rusty. Okay.
So, as Ollie just said, I hate horror. But the only reason I gave Scream a chance was because 2-3 years ago, I watched Scary Movie.
I'm in the house.
I watched pretty much all of them, apart from like one of them, because it wasn't on Netflix. But the first one was obviously the best one. And that has like a parody of Scream as like the main focus.
Yeah, the first film, yeah.
Yeah, the first one. And I enjoyed that. I wouldn't say it was scary. I just think, because obviously, you know, it's a comedy, really. But I thought, yeah, I liked it. It was cool. And then years later, he gives me the box set, and well, I try them out. First one, pretty good. It's a classic. I already knew who the killers were because it's a classic. Everyone knows. The police. Dewey. Anyway, classic. Great. Can't go wrong with it. Second one. Nah. Didn't think it was as good. They did, it was a continuation, but I just didn't think it was as good. Third one, probably one of the scariest ones, I think, because they have this device which basically say I could be talking, but then in 5 seconds I could be talking like the Queen, and you wouldn't. Oh, bless her soul, she's gone. As the King, sorry.
So, why don't you tell me who you are?
Ooh, you're a naughty boy, Cotton. Now, what would your girlfriend say?
What makes you think I have a girlfriend?
I know you do. I'm right outside her bathroom door.
Yeah, I just thought it was really scary, and I thought it was a really cool concept. But that's mainly it. I thought it was a good film, cool concept, which was scary, because even I was scared. And of course, throughout all of these films, you know, I always get the jump scare that gets me, but I wouldn't call them, like, super scary, just tense at times. Fourth one, that's my favourite one. That's all I'm going to say, it's my favourite one. Best reveal ever. I'm sorry. You can't tell me you watch the film and then you get to the reveal, to the killer revealing themselves. If you expected it to be them, I don't know how. I think it was the best one. Then the fifth one came. You know, it's like a callback to the original. I just think it was poorly done. They killed off someone I loved. The story was pants. They went back to a really cool place from the original. The killers, I just, yeah, it's pants. Nah. Had good bits, of course, but nah. Sixth one, much better, but not as good as the other four. Just to let you know, the 5 and 6 are in their own little tiers of not being great. But, yeah, it was alright. But anyway, yeah, I've reviewed all the Scream films, so I'd say most of them are pretty good. Some of them are meh. 3 of them are kind of meh. Anyway, horror in general, I do not like. I tried watching Halloween 1 and 2. I managed to watch them, but they're just...
I gave you all the ones up to...
the latest one before, yeah. But I couldn't get into them, and I only watched the first 2, which was kind of a complete story anyway. But too scary for me. It was too uneasy, too... I don't know what you'd call it. Nah, it just wasn't my cup of tea. But the Woman in Black, not the Maiden in Black, that's from Demon Souls. That's a game. That was scary to me. It was just the uneasiness you get from it. I think that was more scary than anything in the Scream films. That's why I don't class them as horror, because they weren't scary at all. Yeah, they had jump scares and cool reveals, you know. I just think they're cool and mysterious.
And lots of kills.
And lots of really cool kills. Yeah. Like, murder and gore to me is nothing. I grew up with Mortal Kombat, so whenever there's someone's head getting chopped off...
Bitch, please.
But after watching the Scream films, I figured out what still makes me like go, ooh, that's knife kills. I don't like knife kills. Just like the way, like, stabs, maybe like slashes, like slow, anything to do with knives, I just, no, I figured it out. I was like, oh, don't like that. Ooh. So I finally figured that out. So yeah, but everything else pretty much I'm fine with. Someone gouging out their eyes, I'm like, ooh, but that's it. Not just like, I'm gonna kill myself. I think that's it. If there's anything else, well, I guess I forgot.
I mean, as we're still on you, maybe talk about your thoughts coming into this, like why now this is, because I believe this is your, correct me if I'm wrong, this is your first horror film
in the
given to cinema.
Yes, first horror film in the cinema. Absolutely, this is my first one. Longlegs.
Yeah. So the question is, why do you want to watch it?
Okay, the question isn't really why. It's a question of... Yeah, no, the question is why. One thing is, it's a mystery. I like mysteries. That's why I like the Scream films. 2, it's got Nicolas Cage in it. Everyone loves Nicolas Cage. I've only actually seen technically 2 of his films, being the one with Pedro Pascal.
The Unmassive Weight of Massive Talent?
Something like that, yeah. And Ghost Rider, from way back when.
So the reasons you're here, Nicolas Cage, mystery.
And I think that's it. Oh, and also Ollie said he wanted to go, and I said, yeah, fine. And because, like I said, you know, I've just got off Scream, you know, I'm kind of in that kind of mood, you know, just like, yeah, why not?
And you never know, this perhaps might be a gateway, maybe, possibly.
Maybe, probably not.
Maybe you'll like the mystery horror kind of thrillery kind of film.
Maybe.
Not like the straight up, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll find out, as you'll see. Actually, what is the time?
That's a good point.
8:21. Oh my day.
21, okay, right.
Right, we gotta go nearly,
right,
so I'd say about 4 more minutes. Yeah, Nicolas Cage, mystery, and also I just like the premise of it, because I know nothing of this film, other than what I've kind of got a glimpse of.
The very small details that I've...
Yeah. It was about like this FBI lady who's trying to solve mystery of some murders, and it's got Nicolas Cage in it. I thought, you know what, sounds alright. What I do hate though is the name, Longlegs. That doesn't sound good whatsoever. Scream makes sense. Everyone's screaming. Longlegs. Oh, either he just chops off legs, or he's got legs. He's got loads of them.
He's got long legs.
Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I can imagine. Anything else? I don't think so. Yeah.
Do you want to...
Release Scream on 4K, please. Scream 4, please, on 4K, please. Anyway, back to you.
Okay, I'm going to be quick because we have to head in before it starts. My thoughts on... Well, I won't get too much into my horror side, but I'll just talk about the film Longlegs. So yeah, I saw this film a while ago on our cinema website, and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. And then I saw the cast. I saw Nicolas Cage being the primary one, and then there's this girl who's playing the FBI agent. So basically, the film is about this FBI agent. That, well, I mean, Rusty's already basically said what it kind of is. So it's about this FBI agent basically solving these like clues, I believe. We'll find out when we watch it, but it's about this serial killer played by Nicolas Cage and this FBI agent played by Micah Monroe. I watched one of the first films, It Follows, which was quite good. Gave that a 4 out of 5, I think. I was just like, she was good in that film. Nicolas Cage is, a national treasure, no pun intended.
I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah, so the plot was interesting to me. Just the trailer. I mean, you watched the trailer once, maybe, I think?
I ain't seen the trailer.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
Nope.
Oh, okay, so this is going to be even more interesting. So I won't go into too much detail, but from the trailer, the one trailer that I saw, it looked very interesting. It looks like a horror film, mystery, thriller. Yeah, I'm excited. Not just for me, but also for Rusty as well.
I remembered my mask this time.
So I have nothing else really to say. Story sounds interesting, premise, the time it's set, from what I've heard. I won't say what, because I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, visually looks good, all that kind of stuff. Oh, directed and written by Oz Perkins, Oz Perkins, who is the son of Anthony Perkins, who obviously, for people that don't know horror, Anthony Perkins plays Norman Bates in Psycho, which is the film that I just gave you.
To be honest, I keep thinking Norman Bates is the guy from American Psycho.
Patrick Bateman. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna head in now, just so that we're in our seats, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Longlegs is pushing the needle forward for horror movies, the same way that It Follows did when it came out. The way that Oz tells this story, there's this feeling of nostalgia, but also something unique that I don't think people have seen before.
Take a nice long look.
The use of cinematography, sound design, performances made you have this sort of visceral feeling that you don't feel on a daily basis.
Do something for the man down the stairs.
And it just feels like this is the beginning of a new generation of horror.
I'll be waiting.
Okay, so show them what you just found.
Whole pile of tickets. Whole pile.
Oh, part of it, like you did with Bad Boys.
I've stolen these people's tickets because they've just left it here.
Alright, just gonna double check to see if I've left anything. Oh, my phone. That would have been. Alright, you finished your drink?
I'm just putting it once.
Yeah. Right.
If I'm not out of breath,
Yeah.
it's just how I'm talking after that.
Yeah. Right. Right. Bin. Alrighty, we are outside. That's a bit better. Well, that was a very lovely film. Obviously, I'm being very sarcastic. With the advertising for this film, you hear like things, scariest film of the year, and all these big hyperbolic words for every film you watch, and obviously including this one. I honestly, now seeing the film, I wouldn't argue with any of those hyperbolic words. I would apply with pretty much all the words that they've said, from saying that this is like the next generation of Silence of the Lambs, all that kind of stuff. I'm too speechless to say much more, but I will say this right away. Nicolas Cage, this is not your fun, happy, good old Nicolas Cage performance. He is manic in this film. He is insane. This is not your typical Nicolas Cage performance. He is very creepy, and just, oh god, he put every time he was on screen, he put me on edge, and I was just like, oh my god. I'm worried that he's going to be standing over there right now, to be honest. Yeah, anyway, Nicolas Cage was just, I mean, even though he was insanely creepy and just, oof, he was amazing. The tone, the sound effects, the music did not help. It was just like, again, I'm a horror fan, I've seen lots of horror films, and this film really put me on edge, and there's not very many horror films these days that really do that. Very cliche films, like mentioning Scream films, that are just like, oh, same old stuff, whereas this very much doesn't do that for the majority of the part. So I can't tell if I'm cold or if I'm just after the film, but yeah, I mean, it was a really well made film, shaking for both being cold and shaken up. Yeah, my rating. This is going to be, I'm going to give this for now I'm going to say 7 out of 10, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Nicolas Cage, brilliant. Micah Monroe, I think her name was, who played the FBI agent. Oh my god, her name was said so many bloody times in this. Do you remember? Lee Harker. And yeah, she was great. By the way, the actress herself in person is not like this. She's so emotionless. Like, you can clearly tell from the first scene that you see her in, she's seen some shit and she's experienced some shit. And it is kind of revealed that she has, but we're going to go into too much detail. But yeah, she did great, but I mean, the highlight is absolutely the titular character, Longlegs, obviously Nicolas Cage. I don't have much else to say, I'm cold, and so, yeah, I mean, unless Rusty says something, which I'm very curious to see what he says, because he's not said a damn word, well, not a damn word, but I mean, regarding the film itself, obviously, picked up tickets, been like, oh yeah, oh it's finished, yeah, and nothing about the film, which I'm very curious to see his thoughts. So if there's anything he brings up, I'm like, oh, that's good, or like, if there's anything that he said is bad, or, you know, anything he brings up, I will bring it up and say, oh yeah, that's good, bad, or whatever. So, very creepy, sound effects are just, ooh, music, intense, the performances, Nicolas Cage in particular was a highlight. In the trailers, they didn't show anything, his facial stuff, it was just him, whereas in the film itself, they showed, I didn't realise how much they were going to show of him, so yeah, he's a very creepy man in this. So yeah, I'm going to pass on to Rusty, because I'm shaking like hell and I don't want to say so. Alright, pass on to Rusty.
Okay, so I'm putting energy into everything I'm trying to do right now, but there's none coming out, and we just sorted the mic hasn't been on this whole time, and now there's seagulls. Don't know if you can tell, but I haven't come out of a cinema like this ever. Right, the only thing that comes out of me right now is just a big old smile sometimes, and I can't help it, and I don't know why. But I I hope this is not too close, but I'm trying to,
Be fine, yeah.
because I'm talking
Yeah.
quiet. But so whole film, constantly on edge. There wasn't a second. There was like maybe one point where the guy was just like, "You want some drinks?" And she was like, "No, thanks." She was like, "You're getting some drinks." I was like, okay, and that was fun. I liked that. The rest, constantly on edge. I will point out one thing. There was a scene at the beginning where Ollie said, "I'll be right back."
That's the end.
No, it was at the beginning. You won't remember, but I remember, because I remember this whole film. It's not leaving my head. And 5 seconds later, he died.
Jesus Christ, you don't know the rules?
Have an aneurysm, why don't you?
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie. For instance, number 1, you can never have sex. No. Big no-no! Big no!
I'm a dead man.
Even in popcorn, sex equals death, okay? Number 2, you can never drink or do drugs. No, the sin factor. It's a sin. It's an extension of number 1. And number 3, never, ever, ever, under any circumstances say, "I'll be right back." Because you won't be back.
I'm getting another beer. You want one?
Yeah, sure.
I'll be right back.
Sorry, I know I'm taking a while, but the main lady, Lee Harker, yeah, she she like you said, emotionless, but like for me, she because she was like that, it made it a little more scary for me because you never know what would come out of her. And throughout the film, there were certain moments where it was like she was being stalked, and I hated that because there was bits where you'd hear a bang, and then she'd look somewhere, and you wouldn't see anything. But then, if you actually looked in the window, you'd see a little shadow slowly fade, and I despised that. I hated that. Not saying that's bad, like in the film, but it's scary. Yeah, that. Nicolas Cage. Let's go on to that. I hated him as well. And there was a girl behind us, so every time he was on, and any time he did his quirky little madness, she would laugh. And I hated that. I was just like, how are you laughing at this? This guy is bloody crazy. At the beginning in the film, sorry, I'm going to talk for a while, but at the beginning of the film, it was very small. Like the screen is like taking a picture, and I will say the directing on like the camera angles was phenomenal. I think they looked very picturesque, and it was brilliant. But that only added to the scariness at sometimes, because I don't really want to say it because it gives me the creeps at the start where you first meet Nicolas Cage. I don't want to say his name because it gives me the chills. It was just like, "Oh, happy birthday," and it's just like. Because she's like, and it's just like, what if I crouch down because I've got my, and then it jumps. No, don't like it. Nope. No likey. Jump scares, no likey. Well, I like jump scares. No, I don't like them. They always get me. I hate them. The mystery part, it was good. I think the mystery was very well done. I enjoyed the mystery and slowly like, how has he done this? I did enjoy that.
So, if you don't mind me asking now,
Yeah.
I don't know if you have anything else on your mind right now.
I
So, the question I was supposed to ask earlier before we went in, I asked him before the film started, was, as you're not a horror fan, and the fact that you came into this wanting mystery and not all horror, do you think they balanced it well, or did you think they did too much, or, yeah?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know, because throughout even the detective work, where she was like looking at things, or talking to her mum on the phone, my instincts wasn't to look at her, but to look at the bloody background. I was just like,
Yeah, something's coming.
yeah, it's just like something's coming, something is.
That's
Yeah, I know. It's just like, come on, something, and it wasn't that. So then sometimes I'd be like, right, the scene hasn't changed, but she's still talking, as in like the camera angle hasn't changed. So then I'd look at her, so it's just like, is she noticing anything? And then I'd keep looking back because I don't want to miss anything, because of all these little things where you hear that, and then what do you hear? You look in the background, there's a little shadow, but you don't always notice the shadow. I hated it. And you know what I hated most? I don't even like saying his name, but they're like, because it's more of a personal thing, because I hate this. It's awkward for me to say it because I just don't like it.
Satanic.
Yeah, I hate that. Absolutely. There's
The
just
word, or as in like the whole, like,
all of it.
all of
The
that?
word, the whole of it. I don't even like saying it. The six. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not religious or anything, just to let you know,
Yeah,
but
it's
it's just, I just hate it. It makes me uneasy, makes me uncomfy. And the way they ended the film on that final word, I hated it. It's like, it just makes me really uncomfortable. It's just, and like I said, I'm not religious, but it's more of like, I don't not believe there's something there, but I don't believe there's something. It's awkward for me, but it's just that part of it I hate. I can't stand it. It put me on edge all the time. There was certain scenes where I literally had to close my eyes because I can't see this. I can't do it. Nope.
Which scenes?
There was a scene where it was in like that picture frame,
Yeah.
and it was just like a black lump with a face in it. And I saw it and I immediately closed my eyes. I was like, I can't do it. Can't look at it. So I'd have to be careful. Not only that, there's another scene which I can't remember. Well, I probably can, but my mind's blocking it out because I don't like it. Oh yeah, knives. There was a knife kill.
Yeah, I was just like, oh.
It wasn't even just a knife kill. She was just playing with the knife. I just physically couldn't look at it because I figured out knives scare me. But then 5 seconds later, my hair. 5 seconds later, guy comes in with an axe, bashes people to death. And I just looked at it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I was like, how can I like that? But knives, just can't look at. It's horrible. The characters I enjoyed, as in the FBI characters. I hated everything else. I couldn't stand it. And as you can tell by my voice, I'm on edge still. I don't know if that's even the word. I'm just really uncomfortable. And I definitely probably won't be sleeping well tonight. I promise you that. And that's why I hate horror films, I'll tell you that. Because Scream, you get jump scares, but it's still kind of light-hearted. Sorry, even just one singular person, that is scary. Why are you alone at this time of night? Do something else. Go bed. Please. Oh, and another thing. Another horror movie thing. She goes in alone all the time. I'm just like, go for backup. Do something. She was like, no, I gotta go in. I was like, no, you don't. You don't gotta go alone. You can be like, right, my teammates just died. I'm gonna get backup first because hell no. Yeah, just anything that just slightly moves, my eyes are just darting to. I hate it because anything. Oh,
Right.
yeah. Sorry.
Rating.
I don't want to give it a rating. Not because it's bad, because it's a well-made film, absolutely. Because I know what a bad film is. That wasn't a bad film. Because I enjoyed aspects of it. I don't know what aspects, because it's just. I don't even think creepy's the word. It's just.
Unsettling.
I'll rate the mystery. The mystery, I'd give like a 7 because, like I said, it was really cool. And then they even gave you an explanation, for how things happen. I thought, you know what? That's pretty great, except for one thing. Voodoo black magic. I hated that. I thought you had a great kind of realistic story set in like the 90s, I think. Well, whenever Bill Clinton was president, because there was quite a few pictures of Bill Clinton. And then the president of America. Sorry, there's people out there talking, yapping. Any second one of them could be stabbed, and I'd have to. I'm sorry. I just really. Oh yeah, voodoo black magic. Hate that. I think it made no sense to the story. I thought, yeah, you can explain something like made them go crazy or something, but I think it was better than voodoo black magic with a silver ball. I don't know, the whole film just makes you uneasy, unsettling. But then again, like I said, I hate Five Nights at Freddy's. If you've seen that, I was scared of that. But then, like I said earlier, in the back of the cinema, you have people laughing. I swear I heard someone kiss at the back. I thought, why are you doing that?
Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
It's a freaking film. Because you know, like the noise.
I didn't hear it.
I did.
I was too low.
I know, you're too focused in it. But for me, even though I was focused in it, my awareness was just, I could hear everything. I was on alert. I'm alert. That's what the word is.
On edge.
On edge, yeah. I'm doing this with my hands, like down here. I've been doing it. I'm surprised you haven't noticed. For the whole film, I probably give scary out of 10. Yeah, I can't rate it. This is the first film I can't rate. I can rate the mystery. Mystery was intriguing. I really enjoyed it, and an explanation on how everything was done. Great. A few aspects I didn't like, aka voodoo black magic ghost. No, it's not ghost. It's just like mist. It was weird. Shooting the door and then it made the girl Lee Harker just go, ooh. That kind of thing. I just thought, well, that's stupid. Well, Nicolas Cage, great actor. He was just unsettling, very unsettling. Great actor. I want to say he did great in this, but everything else in my body said no. He was horrible. Why? Because he's horrible. Because he made me uneasy, on edge.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
I guess technically.
That's the aim of the.
Yeah, if it was the aim of the film, then well done. You did it.
Do you recommend this to anyone? Anyone in particular, or?
If you like horror, yeah, I'm sure you'll like it a lot. For someone who hates horror and still hates horror, but like I said, I hate horror, but the mystery of it, that's what gets me in. So if you give me another bloody horror film with a good mystery, I'm in. Even though I'll come out, I'll be like, this is horrible, but the mystery was great. Oh yeah, the film split up into 3 parts.
Oh yes.
Part 1, 2, and 3. I don't remember the titles, unfortunately. Actually, yeah, I do. Birthday Girl. First one was The Letters. And the second one, I don't remember. But I think the worst part of it for me was definitely just how uneasy the film makes you. I saw
and the sound effects, and the
music, everything. It's just like you think something's happening, and then sometimes it does, and then sometimes it doesn't. I hate it. But of course, I was keeping out for Randy with his tips on horror film tropes and things to look out.
There are certain rules that one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie. For instance, number 1, you can never have sex. Number 2, you can never drink or do drugs. And number 3, never, ever, ever, under any circumstances say, I'll be right back. Because you won't be back.
And every time she did something against his rules, I was like, you dumb bum. Yeah. So I think that is all. NerdTube, you missed out, honestly. I think I would have loved to hear your opinion on this, really. But it felt like one of those films where you just put it on, like you're at a party, you'd put it on, like a Stabathon. I think, one last thing. I will never like anyone with the birthday on the 14th. Anyone has birthday on the 14th, I'm staying away from you. I'm not even trying to be funny, I'm legit scared. Like, if I saw your birthday was on the 14th, I'd be like, I'm going away. Bye. I did guess early in the film, this is a spoiler, that Lee Harker's birthday was the 14th. I kind of figured that out. And I was trying to think, while you're going through the film, obviously it's a mystery, you're thinking, why would they do that? How are they doing that? You've come up with like maybe blackmail, maybe something like that. Why would the family kill each other? Blackmail, or some other things. I'll tell you one thing, like I said, voodoo black magic, you wouldn't expect that. Yeah.
Are you glad you came?
Yeah. It's not like because I would have missed out, but it's also just like, I've seen something that I didn't want to see, but I've also seen it. So like, I'm not mad, I'm not disappointed. I'm not exactly excited and happy, because you've heard me, Before I was just like, oh yeah, and now it's just like, save me. Yeah. But thanks Ollie for taking me. When is Scream 7 coming out? I think I'd prefer that. But again, some horror films do intrigue me, even though I don't want to watch them. So I guess that's something. Windows. Lee Harker's house was full of bloody windows with no curtains. I was just like, why? Just close your bloody curtains and you'd feel much safer. Honestly, because like I said, I was checking out every window and I'm looking at windows. Yeah. So I'm going to be keeping my curtains closed for the foreseeable future.
Just lock them.
Yeah, everything.
Right. Should we wrap this up?
Yeah, I'm
I don't
sorry.
know if we're going to get this video up because of the length and the size of the video. So,
All
any
right.
last words?
Happy birthday. I hate that. I'm sorry, I'm talking. Just, yeah, happy birthday. I hate that. Why would I say that? Oh, that makes it worse. Alright, good night, man. Good night, girl. Good night, whoever. If you sneeze during this video, bless you. Have a good night. Don't let the bugs bite. I forgot the words. It's probably a little creepy. I don't know. I'm scared. We're gonna go. It's cold. It's dark.
It's late.
It's late. This is like the only light. Like the only decent light. I'm probably going to be seeing things tonight. Like, you know, like when you see like something in the corner. Yeah, I'm going to hate this.
Please let me know.
Please let me know. There was a lot of people in that cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was a lot of coughing. There were 3 people coughing. I was coughing, a girl behind me coughing, and a guy in front of me coughing.
COVID Central.
Yeah. Alright, you know what? Yeah, okay, we're going before I make anything weirder and creepier.
Right, we will see you in the next video. That's if we're still alive tonight.
I hope so. I hope the next film is something more cheery, please. Bye.
Cheers.